Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Buck Stops here. I am Catherine Murray. Well, we are witnessing the market in a significant downturn today. The Dow is down by about 1,500 points. We are filming on April the 3rd. This is the day after the Trump tariff rollout, where I think even though there's continued uncertainty, there was perhaps expectations of some certainty. And in fact, we perhaps got some tariffs that were more than expected. Some strategists out there saying it's worse than the worst case scenario. And so that's why we're seeing the markets continue to decline. But let's get some perspective here from a very seasoned money manager. And that, of course, is Ian Shaffer. He's the president, CIO, and portfolio manager at Galliant Capital. Ian, great to have you here with us and to provide some perspective. Let's start with your view of the Dow and the broader markets down very significantly today.
Thanks, Catherine, for having me on once again. I'm not sure if today is April Fool's Day or is it April 1st or is it April 3rd, but this looks like the knee-jerk reaction to President Trump's tariff rollout yesterday. There was some speculation that maybe he would do a three-pronged tariff approach, a pillar approach of 10, 15, or 20% tariffs across the board. And what he did was he went country by country specific, and he pretty much gave everyone a higher than expected tariff number. Now, yes, it was worse than the market expected. The market is selling off, but you have to put it into some perspective. He's a master negotiator. I'm not saying I would have done this at all like he's doing it, but we have to know who we're talking about here. He's a big negotiator. He wants to bring jobs, manufacturing profits back to America, and he figures I got to go into these negotiations with some leverage. How do I get leverage? He doesn't have leverage on some of these countries, so he needs to gain leverage. He's rolling out a high number. So, when you think about it, we hoped a smaller number would occur. But if it's Trump, he goes in high, comes in, negotiates, and then brings it down lower or to zero if it's a good economic deal that he does with Canada, Mexico, whoever it might be, the EU. So the market is reacting on yesterday's news, but we have to look forward. Okay, April 2 was the day we were going to hear. Maybe the worst is out. Maybe this can be the bottom, the capitulation day. The VIX is rising, hopefully. 30 is the magic number that people say, okay, that's the capitulation number that you buy at. We might hit that today. But going forward, what's going to happen? So you have to play it out. I expect a lot of countries will start coming to the United States and making backdoor deals with them. So he'll start coming out on the news and saying, 40 countries have come to us with deals on economic deals that we're reviewing. And if they go through, those tariffs will be suspended. If he's smart, he says anyone coming with a proposal will have immediate, a temporary halt on the tariffs. That would be great. The market would run. I think what the market needs to see is what's the strategy here? Is the world going to attack the United States and say, no, you raise tariffs here, we're going to raise it there? Or is he going to declare some wins and the market will see the tea leaves and say, what he's trying to do is bring all these countries individually to lower their barriers to entry, trade tariffs, whatever it might be that he's pursuing. And then the writing will be on the wall that America will win. So we need to see that, and hopefully that's coming in the next few days.
You think it would be that quick?
If he's smart, he already has some deals in place with some countries. And he told them, I'm going to lay out the tariffs. I have to show that I'm fair across the board. But within a few days, we'll announce that those tariffs are suspended pending the review of our deal. So I think he's already had preliminary conversations. I think he knows. I don't think the idea in his part is to leave these tariffs at these high levels for long term. The game plan is, start high, bring them down or to zero if possible, but get the deals you want. He's a master negotiator. This is how he's doing. Now, would I do it this way? No. But this is Donald Trump we're dealing with, so this is the way he goes about it.
And I think to your point, though, and I think what people have been writing about, strategists on Wall Street, economists, et cetera, for the past number of months, has really been that this could be a three-prong approach, a four-prong approach. So, one of the aspects, though, is to raise revenue via these tariffs, and there is that 10% baseline tariff in. I don't think that is going to be going away. I think that that's part of the plan to raise revenues for the U.S. government. And the reason why I bring that up, if we're going to just kind of parse it out, is if that doesn't go away, Ian, how much of a concern is that, though, for the broader economy? Because there are strategists out there, and that's not the biggest issue, but there are strategists out there saying that we could see this could lead to a global recession, let alone a U.S. recession, particularly if we do see retaliation and all the uncertainty. We've got to take a quick break, but I'll get your answer when we return.